My name is Lisa and I'm 50 years old. I got married 10 years ago and I live happily ever after with my husband Tom. We met on a bus and people say nice girls don't talk to strangers, but we talked and we liked each other and we dated for a year and then we got married. I was young and happy and beautiful when we got married and I always wanted to lose weight, but I wasn't fat and Tom always said stop losing weight. You don't need to lose weight. He cared about me. Tom was a simple man. He didn't bring me flowers every day. He didn't pour me coffee in bed very often. One time he brought coffee to my bed and spilled it on my dress. I told him not to do that in the future. Tom loved me in his own way. He went to work every day. He called me when he got off work and told me that Lisa to dress warmly, that it was a very cold day. We had 2 sons and Tom taught them to respect me. We built a house outside of town. Tom told me not to work. He said take care of the house. I planted flowers in the garden and grew fruits and vegetables. Our sons grew up and they soon got married and we had a granddaughter. Her name was Emma. Tom loved Emma very much. The next day I drove to Tom's office and didn't see him. The security guard said he wasn't there. Then I heard the security guard's wife whisper, "Poor woman, everyone knows, but she doesn't," and I felt cold, and I called Tom and said we need to talk, and Tom came home, and I asked him if you're with another woman, and Tom said no, and I asked him if there was another woman. He said no. I asked him if there was another woman. I asked if you had another woman. Tom said yes, and I asked if you were going or I was going, and Tom said I was going, and he packed his things and he left, and my world fell apart, and I cried, and I felt alone, and my sons came to visit, and they hugged me, and they listened to my story, and then one day my friend Mary came, and she said, "Lisa, come with me," and Mary took me to a children's hospital, and there were children there who had cancer, and they were very sick but they all smiled. And their mothers stayed with them and took care of them. 10 years went by and it was Women's Day and I was waiting for my sons to come and see me and the door opened and it was Tom and Tom looked old and tired and he said, "Lisa, can I stay here?" I said, "This is your house too." Tom sat down and he said, "I'm sorry, please forgive me." I didn't know what to say. Later Mary told me that Tom's new wife left him. She lied to him. Her baby wasn't his. Now I don't know what to do. Can I forgive Tom? Can I get over the pain? Every day I wonder if I should let Tom stay or ask him to leave again. Tom stayed in the guest room and didn't talk much. I didn't know what he was thinking and I didn't know how I felt. I made dinner and Tom sat at the table and he said the food smelled good. Lisa, I didn't answer but just put my plate on the table after we ate. Tom said, "I miss your cooking. No one does it as well as you do." I wanted to laugh, but I didn't. The next day my sons came to see me and they saw Tom. Dad, surprised, said, "What are you doing here?" Tom bowed his head and said, "I made a mistake. I hurt your mom and now I want to make it right." I said, "I need time to think about it." I couldn't sleep that night. I thought about the past. Tom hurt me deeply, but he was also a good father. He helped raise our sons. He worked hard for our family. Tom said, "I want to help. It's still my home." I didn't say anything and walked back into the house. A few days later our granddaughter Emma came to visit us and when she saw Tom she ran over and hugged her grandpa and said. Tom smiled. It was the first time I had seen him so happy in years. He said he missed me and could we go to the park together. I didn't want to go but Emma begged me. "Grandma, it will be fun." We went to the park and Emma played on the swings and Tom and I sat on the bench and Tom said, "Thank you for letting me come back, Lisa," and I said I hadn't decided yet and Tom nodded his head, and I understood. "Take your time, I'll be waiting." Mary came to see me one day and she asked me, "Lisa, are you okay with Tom being here?" I said, "I don't know. I feel angry but I also feel bad for him." Mary said, "You don't have to forgive him right away but maybe this is a chance for both of you to heal." That night I thought about what Mary said. Maybe she's right. The next morning I made breakfast and called Tom to the table and I said, "Tom, let's talk." Tom sat down. He looked nervous and I said, "I don't know if I can forgive you but I want to try." Tom's eyes filled with tears and he said, "Thank you, Lisa. I'll do everything I can to make it right." And we started to spend more time together and we talked about the past and Tom said he was sorry and one day I told him, "Tom, I'm going to forgive you but it's going to take time and you're going to have to prove that you've changed." Tom nodded. "I will, Lisa. I promise that in time things will get better." I still don't know what the future holds but I do know that forgiveness isn't easy. It takes time, love and patience and maybe one day our family will feel whole again. I hope you enjoyed this story. Lisa's journey is full of emotions, challenges and deep choices. What do you think of her situation? If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English stories and lessons, and click the bell icon